Well, good afternoon. Welcome to our Friday roundtable meeting. How was your week?
Good. Informative.
Informative, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Alright.
So I skipped my new hire orientation with you guys today too because I knew I was doing roundtable. So we're just going to go around the room real quick like you did earlier. I want to know your name, where you're from, what division you're going into, and what you're looking forward to at Combined. So let's start right here.
Okay, my name is Mark. I'm from New York City via Phoenix. I'm here to drive reefer and hopefully switch over to flatbed.
Nice. So you live in Phoenix now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Well, now I'm living here. But I'll go back for my dogs and then I'll come back again. So.
Awesome. What kind of pooch you got?
Pitbull.
Nice. It's kind of a rule around the yard. Bring your dog to see me.
Okay.
I love dogs. Well, welcome.
I'm Enrique from Apple Valley, San Bernardino area, California. Came over here to do glass.
Awesome.
So-
Have you done glass before?
Nope, don't have any kind of flatbed, nothing besides I've thrown a couple straps before, and that's it, you know. So my end game is to get into like RGN or step deck, heavy haul,
Right on.
move up progressively, you know. But yeah, I'm here to do glass. So
Great. It's a great company to move up in. We've got a lot of
That's all I've
diversity, a lot of divisions.
that's all I've heard. I just spoke to another driver out here. We had time to kill, and he just nothing but good to say about the company, you know. So
Good.
I'm like, everybody I talk to is just, I don't really get any kind of negatives. So I'm like, cool. Makes it easier to believe what's going on being a new hire, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's cool.
Right. Everybody can say the say, but not everybody can dance the dance.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Jeremy. I'm from Cedar Woolley, Washington. I am going into the reefer division, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to get some more experience. I'm hoping to move up as well, get over the
Awesome.
flatbed side and stuff, and maybe get into some heavy haul eventually. Yeah, I seen your guys' trucks on the road, truck stops, and so I would just go up and talk to your drivers, and I probably talked to 8 to 10 year drivers, and not one of them had a bad thing to say. I think they all had like 5+ years here. One had 25 years, and so yeah. But, I like the atmosphere so far, and
Right
I'm
on.
looking forward to getting out there and getting on the road.
Cool. Can I ask, what about the truck made you go talk to our driver? And then I'll tell you why I ask.
You know, I seen the back of a reefer. I think I was behind him in the fuel line at a truck stop, and I think I just hadn't really heard of it before. And it was Oregon, which is closer to my home than where I worked out of before.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just seen the big ads on the side of the truck, back of the truck and stuff, and I think it listed all the different divisions, different stuff you guys do, and so it interested me.
Right on. So the splashy trailer wraps work.
Yeah.
Not my idea. I won't take credit for that. They do look pretty cool going down the road though, because they're very visible.
All your trucks look nice, and yeah, they're all good shape and look sharp, and yeah, it's nice to see. So
Right on. And then my right rudder this evening, my co-star,
Your producer.
my producer. I'm like, who's gonna run my audio if you leave, Randy?
My name's Randy. I've been here since '98, more on than off, but all about 19 years. Driven heavy haul. I teach flatbed currently. I've taught glass. I've loaded glass. I've done a few different things here. So it's a good place to work.
And my name's Kandi Spencer. I've been here since 2003, more on than off. But in October will be 18 years for me, so I'm pretty excited. I have always worked in the maintenance department. That's what I know. I've dabbled in a little bit of other things around the company, but your equipment is my role. So if you have questions, concerns, comments, feedback, I'd love to hear it. I learn from you guys. You guys are using that tool, and I expect you to teach me how to equip you properly, if that makes sense. My job is to create the best tool that we can give you to successfully do your jobs. So we try to incorporate what I call a lot of creature comforts in the trucks. They all come with refrigerators, 2,000 watt inverters, factory installed. We'll put a TV mount in there for you if there isn't one. If you want things installed in your truck, satellite systems mounted, a shelf installed, please include us in the conversation. We would like to do the drilling, the holes, the mounting for you. We're happy to do it as long as it makes sense. We don't like to customize vehicles, but if we can do something to make you more comfortable in your ride, I'm happy to help you with that. The reason I want to do the cut drilling and mounting is because sometimes when drivers do things on their own, things happen. I had a guy mount a satellite system once, and when the truck returned to the yard, he had taken a claw hammer to the back of the cab, beat a hole in it to run the cable through. So I've kind of shied away from those kind of installs. I would love to help you.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't see why.
Yeah. Our trucks are nice trucks. We rotate through them 4 to 5 year cycles. So this last year we pushed them further than we ever had. I have trucks on the road that are hitting 650,000 miles, and that's pretty uncommon for us. But these are 2017 trucks, so they're turning miles.
Yeah.
For sure. It's time to start getting rid of them, replacing them. We did a 100 truck order for this year, and we're already looking at build slots for next year to do probably about the same order.
Wow.
So the used truck market is actually really, really good right now. So we sell our own equipment here off the lot, and we don't really have anything sitting as far as sale equipment. It's flying out of here as fast as we get new trucks in. So that's good news. We've put new trailers into the fleet, definitely on the reefer side. Of course, we have California compliance that we have to work with. On the flatbed side, I think the last new trailers we got were 16, 17s. We're selling off a lot of the older equipment, the old early 90s trailers, replacing those, updating those. My next big trailer purchase will probably be for the RGM fleet, because we are refurbing their equipment, but some of that is getting to the point where it's beyond refurbish. If it's been through a couple of refurbs, we need to put it out of its duty cycle. And
Yeah, I was just talking to a driver out here that said he just got one that's like all nice, freshly painted and everything, and he's all happy about it. I was like,
yeah,
looks nice, you know.
Yeah, we just did a couple of refurbs on those, and they really look good when they're all jazzed back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought, TD 160, I pulled that. It used to be black.
They did that to 2 of the black trailers, so they did it to 145 as well. And I didn't even think about it with the paint shop, but Shane was like, yeah, just shoot it white, it's fine. But it caught me off guard because I didn't think it was the right trailer numbers going back on it. It just didn't seem right to me. It didn't really come with a specific agenda. I just kind of wanted to go over maintenance and communication. I know you guys have probably already heard communication at Combined Transport is your golden ticket. It is okay to have your voice as long as you do it in the right way. We want to hear your concerns and we want to address the issues. We're a team and it's our job to be your support system. So if we are not being your support system, it's okay to say something. Like if you've tasked me with something and I haven't followed up with you and you're not comfortable giving me a call, call somebody. Call driver services. Like, we're gonna hold each other accountable just like we're gonna hold you accountable. Don't be afraid to have your voice. Don't let little issues grow into things that are great big that we can resolve quickly if we just talk about it. If you're having issues with a department, a person, contact driver services, tell them what's going on and let them work through it for you. Let them be your advocate. We have a team of driver supervisors who are former drivers who are now office corporate staff, but they bridge that gap. They know what it's like to be out over the road. They know what to deal with the stresses that you guys deal with. So they're going to be your advocate. At the same time, they may have to offer some coaching and, disciplinary, but their role is to be there for you guys. So I think it's great that we're re-implementing that process. Any questions on that? Did Ronnie talk about the venting, if you need to vent?
No? So he went over the sheet about like all the maintenance stuff and everything, but that was pretty much
So it's important for you guys to know, if you need a moment, if you need to vent, you're allowed to do so. Please just let us know, I'm venting. Because we're just gonna kick back, put on our listening ears, and let you vent. It's okay if you need to yell at somebody, just let us know that's what you're doing.
Okay.
Quite often it's better that you call us than calling home all the time. Because then you're just upsetting, the other side of your world. So it is okay. Just let us know that's what you're doing. Don't call somebody and just come uncorked on them.
Yeah.
Let them know, I need a moment. Can you listen? And you would be surprised how often that helps.
Yeah.
It really, really does help.
Get it off your chest.
I'm going to tell the story of Ronnie. Ronnie used to be a driver for us. He was a step deck heavy haul driver. And he'd had 3 back-to-back loads for one customer that was just not pleasant. But the third go-round, everything went wrong and he was all done. He called driver services. He says, I'm parking my truck in the parking lot. Send somebody to get it. And it was one of our former maintenance guys on the phone, and he said, why don't you get out of that truck? Go to the hotel. I'm going to put you in the hotel for the weekend. Get away from the equipment. Have a hot shower. Have a nice meal. Call me on Monday. And now after all this time, Ronnie's still here because of that one phone call. So, communicate. Please.
Yeah, it's like you guys actually care about your drivers.
You are the reason we have jobs. I think if we as a company lose sight of that, then that's a problem. So I've been here a long time, Randy's been here a long time. Drivers have always been the priority, from Dick Card to Mike Card, now to Nick Card and Jason Card. Our drivers are why we have jobs. It's why we do what we do. It's how we're successful. It's how we make money. So if there's no drivers, then there's no need for trucks. If there's no trucks, there's no need for maintenance. If there's no maintenance, there's no need for your fleet manager sitting in front of you today. So we remember that. And I think that's kind of what you were talking about, where our drivers, 5 to 25 years. We have a lot of guys with longevity here.
Yeah, you don't find that at a lot of companies. There's a lot of guys that are moving around a lot in this industry.
Right.
And if you do, they're just like complacent, like they don't want to start again somewhere else. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like they're just like, oh, just
They're here,
tough
but they're
it out here.
disgruntled.
Yeah,
we've
they're
encountered
just,
those.
Just finish up here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always okay to voice your concerns. We like to hear the good stuff too, though.
Yeah.
I always joke, nobody ever calls me and says, nothing's broke, my day's great. It's not why they call me. If it's broken, it's blue, it's probably my problem, so. As far as the trucks go, when you get your truck assignment, we may not have your preferred piece of equipment the day you get your truck assignment, but please let us know if you do have a preferred piece of equipment, because we're gonna put you on the equipment request list. And when it becomes available, we'll get with your dispatcher and we'll route you through the yard and get you swapped out.
Cool.
Fair? Okay. Do you guys have any specific questions on the equipment you're gonna be running?
Not really.
It differs between divisions, right? The class and the reefer.
Correct. It's getting more similar though. Over the last few years, we've adapted all equipment to be condos, where before it was only a reefer division for the aerodynamics. So I'm running in the reefer division. I've got 3 manufacturers. We've got Volvo, Freightliner, and Kenworth. Kenworth was new last year to that division. We're seeing a lot of good data coming from those trucks. The Volvos are actually getting incredible fuel mileage, 8.5 miles to the gallon, which I did not anticipate out the gate. And Freightliner seems to be the popular favorite amongst the drivers. So,
Would you like to avoid Volvo,
So,
if possible?
How long have we been running the new Volvos?
2 years.
So when we're at that number, that's
Yep.
incredible.
Yeah, truck 427 was consistently 8.5 miles to the gallon after hitting the 100,000 mile mark.
So this broke in, or
Yep.
breaking in.
Yep.
so with the glass, you said that you guys don't offer like the Kenworths and the glass?
I don't have Kenworths in the glass fleet yet.
Oh, okay.
So traditionally that has been a heavy haul application for us. Mike didn't really see it as a line haul tractor. So when the new T680 kind of adapted itself to be a line haul tractor, we took a trip up to Kenworth and for a PACCAR event, Went through all the bells and whistles on the truck and ordered 15 to run in the Blackwell fleet to see what they would do, and they're really performing.
Okay.
Is that pack, or is that what motors those have in it?
No, I put the Cummins
The Cummins.
X15 in them.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
How many horsepower is that, you know?
In the line haul application, I think it's 460. I should know that right off the top of my head, but I think that's correct.
And is there anything the trucks don't do, like over there in England, they take out like the ability to, cause like I have a auto restriction,
Mhm.
you know, they take out the abilities to like switch them into like the manual modes and like the airbags and it's like, you know, to dump your bags and all that, they take all that stuff out of the trucks. And so is there anything here that you know you can't do, like stuff like that, you know? Do you guys disable anything like that? Like
Only if it doesn't come enabled on the truck. So when I ordered the first we got away from Volvos for a little while. And then we got back into Volvos last year, I think was the first time I put in an order. And those trucks that I ordered the automatic transmission. I didn't even think to ask if it had a manual mode because all the other trucks did.
Mhm.
Well, that was never enabled at the factory, and I found out after the fact, you can't enable it after the factory. It's
Alright.
missing components to make it operate. So those handful of trucks, I can't remember how many, 10, 20 trucks, do not have manual mode. Everything else in the fleet does.
oh, okay.
So in this year's order, we made sure to correct that to where you do have the capability to
Okay.
shift it if you need to.
Sweet.
All the trucks now have, we're switching over to the automatics, of course, except in certain applications. Even in my RGM trucks, the heavy haul trucks, we're going to automatics.
Okay.
Unless it's 6 axles, and then we're gonna go ahead and put a standard transmission in it.
Makes sense.
So that's kind of new. The condo's new for all fleets. There is still some mid-roofs out in the glass fleet and in the heavy haul fleet. But as trucks are replaced, those will be replaced with condos. You guys just have more room. You can stand up, you have a second bunk if you should want to take somebody with you, or if you decide to become a coach. So,
No coach.
no coaching?
I did that over there. I'm good. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool, but I'm just like.
We're always
Yeah.
looking for good coaches. It does nothing but benefit us.
Yeah.
So if we identify somebody that's excelling in their division,
Mhm.
we probably are going to reach out and ask you if you want to be a coach. It's okay to say no,
Yeah.
but we're still going to ask.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. All right. I do want to let the drivers listening out in the world know we are going to be doing dust control in the yard next Tuesday. So the sticky stuff will be out and about. Be aware, be advised.
Sticky stuff.
Yeah, we do a lignite in the yard. It's a plant-based molly product
Stuff.
that we spray it down with almost like a water truck.
Mhm.
They spray it down for us and then it bonds to the gravel. So for the first couple of days, it's really sticky, but once it settles in, then it kind of builds a hard base and we don't have all this dust flying everywhere. This week in general, it's just been a mess. Really, really dusty. We had it scheduled for yesterday, but then the rain started, so we decided we'd hold off until next week.
Cool.
So,
Looking forward to that.
yeah. I walk through the yard a lot, so by the time I walk from my office to the shop, I'm 3 inches taller from the gravel stuck to the bottom of my shoes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not short, so it's kind of a pain. We do also have a new yard manager. He's been here about a month. His name is Greg. So for our drivers out of the road that make it into the yard, please stop by and see Greg, get to know him. He is reorganizing the parking around so we can have more room, more availability, easier in and outs for everybody. Easier to get to the reefers down at the other end. He's gonna move them all against the fence on the other side. So all you gotta do is pull forward and back up. And you won't have to be, messing around out where all the heavy hauls are sitting in the way. So if you have questions, seek Greg out down in the equipment cage or stop in the shop and ask for him and we'll make sure to get you guys in touch with him. Do you have anything to add, Randy?
I do.
Go ahead.
So, I work in the career center with our recruiters and our career coaches. We changed our referral bonus and we've upped it to $2,000, and instead of the $1,500 that it had been. And that is a $2,000 one-time payment if the driver that you refer stays for 30 days. At the end of his 30 days, we will give you a $1,000 check minus taxes,
A
of course.
$2,000 check.
2,000, sorry, I misspoke, didn't I?
Taking money.
I was keeping that other grand for
That's
myself.
right.
I was hoping that nobody'd catch that. But you don't need to qualify them if you think that they are interested, and if you think you don't have to worry about whether you think they're a good fit. Send them our way, let us do that. And it could put $2,000 in your pocket, so.
They need to mention your name in the initial phone call or put your name on the application. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get that out there. Drivers are our best referrals, as you spoke to earlier.
How much experience does this person need to have? Fresh out of school or on the
Doesn't
road?
matter.
Oh, really?
Send them our way.
Okay.
Do we give bonuses for students though?
That's a good question. One I'll have to get answered.
While we're sitting here, I'm gonna text Jason and ask.
Okay. So I know that there was some, I'm glad you brought that up. So we go around some of our managers go around to the various schools that are local, and we're broadening our circles. It was just here in the valley, and now we are reaching out.
Arizona's not far away. You should go to Phoenix.
You're absolutely.
Southwest Trucking School, 51st Avenue, and I forgot the side street. 51st Avenue, there's two schools there. Southwest is the better one. Latham, 51st and Latham.
Nice.
I think I've heard them talking about going that far out, but I don't know if that's come to fruition yet.
Right. But he's right, you guys are our best recruiters in the world because you're the ones out mingling with the other drivers. You know, if they happen to ask, like your scenario there, to get here, I think that's great. They're gonna believe you a lot easier than they believe us about how great it is. We really are like a family. I know it's hard to wrap your brain around when you hear it, but we really do fight like family and have each other's back like family. We're not afraid to have our voice and say the things, but we support each other and we take care of each other. And that's how Combined Transport has been here so long. We are a combined, blended family, for sure.
Yes.
Lots of personalities.
Yeah, I don't wanna mention, like, that I worked at a company for about 6 months prior to here, right out of school, and it was very, I don't know how to describe it. It was very,
Opposite this.
opposite this, yeah, it was very, closed off, like communication was not good, and it was almost seemed like it was discouraged. Phone numbers were kept from you to certain departments and certain people, you weren't allowed to have them, and, you know, there was a lot of partition, and this is a nice change from that, so.
Dysfunctional.
Tell that, you know, when we walk through the different offices that, you know, people get along and, you know, everybody kinda knows everybody and it's nice.
It's a good culture. It really is. I think that's why I enjoy working here so much. I get to work with a really great group of people that support each other. I grew up in the shop, so learning that piece of it first was very eye-opening for me because I had never worked in that type of environment. And just to be kind of thrown in with learning the trucking industry as a whole, while learning how everybody kind of worked together, we all learned to adapt and communicate and change things that didn't work. So if things don't work, tell us. We're gonna change it. We're gonna figure out how to make it better. That we're gonna continue to grow. I learn things every day at this place. I don't think you could ever quit learning at this place. As long as the drivers are willing to educate us and talk to us, we're gonna be fine. And you guys are gonna be fine.
Yeah, just like he was saying, I came from England, and it was just like, I was there for a little over 2 years, and they just, like, you know, there was not too bad of things, you know, but we hit rough patches and whatever, you know, but I was real cool with a lot of people in there, like, as far as, like, the supervisors, you know, everybody in there knew me and all that stuff. And it's just crazy because I already feel like he was saying, like you're more in like in the face of your drivers, you know, like you come in and talk to people, but like I left from over there and didn't even get like a good luck or you know any kind of like, you know, not that I was, you know, they have to, but you know they say they're all driver oriented and they're like, I'm like, didn't even get a return email or anything saying nothing, so I'm like, all right, that shows your, you know, my truck's already out running around because I'm still getting my pre-assignments on my app from them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know, and I know they got to make, obviously it's got to be moving, you know, but I'm like, didn't even skip their, you know what I mean? So I'm like, just feels a lot more, like you said, like family oriented here in the 1 week that I've just been in orientation. So
Awesome.
just excited to get moving and
Good.
further up my career. So
Can I be nosy and ask what kind of truck you had at?
a Freightliner, or you said truck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was it?
the Cascadias, the Evolutions.
Was it
Yeah, it
what?
was a 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I had just gotten it, like it only had like 100 and something thousand miles on it. I was a trainer over there, so that's the one thing that like I can say about them is that I was like, hey, this truck, the truck they gave me before was already like high, like 300, 400,000, and it was just like, this was going out and that was going out, and then I was like in borrowing trucks and whatever, and I just told them I want something else, man, you know, and they gave me that. That was like the newest one that they have gotten, that came down from Utah, so they hooked me up with it, you know, and that was cool. But that's,
Right on.
you know, like I said, everybody has their stories with different companies, but other than I just wanted to do something different, so I just needed to make the actual jump to get somewhere else, and so found somebody on Facebook. Yeah, talked about your company, and then I talked to Michelle, and
It wasn't Jason Driver, was
yeah,
it?
it was.
He's our #1 recruiter.
Yeah, he talked to me. I just talked to him like 2 days or yesterday. He was just asking how everything's going and stuff. So I'm like, it's cool. He doesn't even know me, and he's following up, you know. So yeah, he just kind of pushed me in the right direction, and then it took the actual like leaving the everyday, like home every day to, you know, just. But yeah, I'm like, I got to do it. So
Well, the best
Just-
part is somewhere you'll bump into him,
yeah,
and you guys will get to know each other, and you'll be buddies forever.
yeah.
He was just in the yard, what, week and a half ago, I think?
Oh really?
Yeah. So-
I was wondering if that was it, because I was like, I seen that truck pull in with the big excavator out there, sitting out there, and I was like, I wonder if that, you know, just by chance that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to look, that was Steve
Steve.
that rolled in. My office now is by the driveway, so I get to see every piece of equipment that comes in, and
Yeah,
it's
we're-
very distracting because if the window's open and I hear a brake squeak or I hear a booster pivot popping, I'm like, what's that? What's making noise?
Yeah, we were up there in our meeting up top when they pulled in. I was like listening to him, and I'm like looking out the window, like, you know, I'm like, oh no, it's pretty cool out there, you know.
Yeah. Is that your goal someday? Pull that
Yeah.
big old wagon?
Yeah, that's what I've always like thought that stuff was like real cool looking, you know, and yeah, like I said, that's why.
Give each division that you're going into 6 months to a year,
Yeah.
and you can grow right through them.
That's what Chris was telling me when I met her. She's
Yeah.
like, just do the class, you know, figure out if you even like it, you know, and then
Yeah.
you can move around, but just you gotta give it time.
We have guys that have been doing glass for 20 plus years,
Yeah.
so they just love it.
And we've had guys recently that have come in, much like you, that want to go into heavy haul, and they find out that they like glass.
Yeah.
And that glass suits them, and they just, instead of making the jump, they stay in glass.
Yeah.
If you're looking for the physical aspect of flatbed, glass is the way to do it.
Oh yeah. That's what I got. I got tired of doing the reefer and dry van, and
Yeah.
because I drove for Walmart and Sam's Club, and it was just like back in, they do everything, and just drive again. You know, it's just I want to be out there doing a little bit more physical and more on the load. You know.
Yep,
So
you
I'm
come to the
like,
right place.
Yeah. So
Randy's
like,
gonna have you crawling all over trailers.
That's right.
That's fine. That's what I'm
So is
looking
it
for.
you next week in flatbed?
Yeah. Starting Monday will be
Cool.
good.
I am gonna try to get Greg over with you. I
Okay.
think that'll be a good fit. Jason texted me back, we do not give bonuses for brand new students. So they have to be a CDL holder with experience.
So 6 months to a year.
Yep.
Glad you clarified that. I should know that.
Well, I wasn't sure either, so that's why I thought, well, let's just ask. Maybe he's got his phone with him. All right, guys, well, I'm not gonna hold you up, and I don't want Randy to give me the signal. So I'm really, really glad to get to know you. It'll probably take me 3 times to remember your name, but I will continue to ask. We're big on names around here. We don't wanna know you by your driver ID or your truck number. You can give us those things, but we're still gonna need your name. So that's usually the quickest way for us to pull up details on you, on your load, on your dispatch.
Sounds good.
It's the way our system was built, because that's how we communicate with our drivers. Okay?
Thank you very much, I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
really excited to get to know you guys. Welcome to our team, our family.
Thank you.
All right, have a great weekend.
You too.